Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For this month, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, it's inspired in the Scorpio theme season and it's called Pandora box, and it's a reading that looks upon what type of power unleashing experience might be happening during this time in our lives, and the both positive and negative aspects associated obviously with that release. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, just email me, or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Sagittarius, I feel like some of you have this heightened degree of interest uh, during November in terms of subjects that are out of your usual, about subjects that are usually out of your field, like out of your orb of interest, but somehow you kind of either either feeling quite attracted to discover and know more about a particular subject, or it's just something random. I feel like something random turns into a passion or turns into this huge thing in your life. So I feel like there's this feeling for some of you Sagittarius to be kind of being like guided to listen something here and then listening something there and start understanding like patterns behind coincidences and encounters and things you hear. Everything about your month Sagittarius feels like this connecting dots kind of vibration, and the dots are connecting itself into um, a picture that forms itself as being like unforeseen, surprisingly good and exciting and stimulating for you. It's like some of you perhaps are thinking about, if you're studying, thinking about changing courses, right? Dramatically changing what you were studying into what you're going to now study. If you are doing something professionally that you're like not interested in doing anymore, you might see yourself like starting to be interested in creating a job for yourself, like a business in a complete different area. For others of you, this is about someone introducing you something, someone introducing you like this source of knowledge that carries in it such deep meaning for you, such important and relevant information that you just get like in this energy of being quite insightful your own like being quite insightful your own about it, like just tapping into a side of you Sagittarius that is not the most explored by you for some reason, either because it has been subconscious or because it's just again not a part of usual your usual thing. There's this feeling of some sort of enlightenment being brought into your month Sagittarius, definitely here with the Hangman in your soul position. Particularly, you're going to find more about um, your spiritual journey and what your soul essence is about. Like, there's this real thing about the interest of the development of your energy, right? Of who you are as a person and what you're doing here, right? What's your purpose? What's your calling? Such big in-depth questions might be a part of what's in your mind a lot. Some of you, it is because you're feeling like you're stuck in a moment in your life where you're looking for a new direction, but at the same time, you're still quite unsure. Like, where is that? Where is the indicator? Where is the way? What's the path? It's like not knowing what to do with yourself or with something in which you wish change, but you just don't know how to create it. You just don't know how to promote the change you want. You might feel like your hands are a little bit tied to fix something, to solve something that feels like your responsibility. Some of you Sagittarius that are parents, I feel like if you are a parent, you might be suffering because you can't do something for your child that you wish you could do, or because you are, you are far from them, or you just have this relationship with your children, apparently going through something complicated, like, or it could be because of a sacrifice you had to make because of your children. Putting your children first maybe made you sacrifice, per se, other of your priorities. Perhaps you stopped studying, or you stopped doing something you really wanted to do because you became a parent, and now you're thinking about um, a way to reconnect with that past self that you yourself don't remember. It's like, even for Sagittarius that are not um, parents, that this is not about children. Perhaps you were led to make a sacrifice some time ago, in which you sacrificed um, a lot of your dreams, or a very important dream, a very important piece of your soul was left behind in that experience. And it's like you're now reconnecting with that understanding. Perhaps some of you don't realize how important something was to add up to whatever complication you have right now. It could be that you're just not connecting again one thing to the other, and you end up realizing in November that is so connected, is really much connected. For Sagittarius that have been thinking about doing therapy, counseling in any way, shape, and form, any type of therapy, like regression, hypnosis, something to help you deal with your subconscious. I feel like that can be tremendously powerful, and again, revealing to you truth, deeper truths, with the high priestess here, definitely in your unconscious. You are led during this month to really know yourself in ways where perhaps um, you yourself didn't know you could. Like, there's something here about really getting in contact with your power, with something sacred as well. Uh, that for some of you, it's scaring the hell out of you, like a feeling of you're able to tap into mysteries and decipher, like enigmas and symbols, and have this just this intuitive eye into others and into situations that is tremendously outstanding. So for those of you that work um with your intuition, with reading symbols, with things of that nature, with the occult, it could be a tremendous time for you to access real high levels of consciousness and information, purely downloads, like these pure downloads of psychic, divine information coming to you back and forth, back and forth. And it's almost like, Sagittarius, you don't have to do anything to access information. And so it's like you're an open channel during November. And for some of you, this might be scary. This might be intimidating. Obviously, that for some of you for some of you Sages that already are in these areas, it won't be as difficult to understand as perhaps others of you that do not really understand well or accept well some of your gifts, some of your intuitive gifts. uh, some of you that might be resistant to other type of realities and ideologies, philosophies, everything that you can think about that goes beyond just the known reality that we are all wired to, the obvious realities. um, the obvious reality, there's the obvious, and then there's the less obvious, that it's more important. Like, that's what I wanted to say. Like, you might feel like what matters the most is something, and in reality is something else behind it. So again, this is also a moment where the behind the scenes influence, what's not said, what's not done. It's much more important than what you perceive is happening in front of you with your two eyes. Like, it's like, Sag, you were asked to really see with your third one during November to understand and also to unlock something that has been, you know, kept in the dark, kept hidden away, and because of it, again, you're not as whole or as fulfilled as you could be. There's a feeling of some of you Sagittarius, you're just not at peace with yourself, like a feeling of no matter what you do or with whom you are, feeling like you're just not, you're not okay, you're not like comfortable, you're not truly you. There's a feeling of, for some of you Sagittarius, for some time perhaps, where you felt like this absence of yourself, like feeling like it's you but it's not you, like missing on something of your own nature that was just not there. And I keep getting like some of you, this might have translated into some fragmentation in your personality. So it could be that some of you have been really torn or living double lives or living, you know, with a lot of masks, or, you know, seeking different options to get you to reconnect with that old self, and none of them has been working, or very few have really been working for some of you Sagittarius, to silence the agony, the anguish. Some of you have been suffering in silence as well. All of this that I am speaking about, for some of you, has been this very silent energy. And it could be that this is also a month where some of you Sagittarius that are suffering for anything, right? Anything that is making you suffer, ache. Um, During November, it could be like you finally get the courage to seek out help or talk about it, because you have two very powerful counseling figures in your month. So the Hierophant and the High Priestess, like the spiritual couple. There's a feeling here like for some of you, you might be meeting this counterpart, this spiritual counterpart, if you haven't already. There's a feeling of there's a divine masculine or divine feminine influence in your life that mirrors back yourself, right? Your highest potential is mirrored in their own. So it's like a feeling of there's something interesting here, that it's beyond just the romantic intimate level of a partnership. This is a very spiritual, powerful combo. They have a mission to carry through. So some of you are connecting with an important soul that awakens your soul power. So the soul power is shown here as you tapping into the smartest, most intelligent, most capable part of you, the best parts of you, the highest parts of you that transcend, you know, the little petty, ego-driven, ego-based choices, behaviors we have many times in our life. So you are finding this through the eyes of someone that is mirroring back to you, that is teaching you something about that, or you're doing that to someone, or you're encountering someone unexpectedly, or you have the need to find your divine feminine or your divine masculine. Even though showing here the feminine, you need to find that other soul. Some of you are meant to find this other soul to make a certain work. Like this could just be a spiritual partnership, like a mentor student dynamic that turns out to just be for both the same, like both are teaching and mentoring the other. There's no difference there. It's just a matter of one has the expression of the masculine archetype and the other the feminine. Others of you, um, I feel like if you write, if you like to write, if you like to put down in paper your feelings, if you write on your own, if you're looking to do something with writing, this could also be an important phase where you are again downloading huge amounts of creative outstanding information. So if you feel compelled to write, even if you don't write, because of the intensity of the energy of you like being, yeah, given, so many flashes, ideas, thoughts, concepts, memories, everything, like a shower of information. It could be that some of you feel the need to write because it feels like your head, your memory cannot keep up with so many information. So you might feel the need to write, to put it down, to not forget it, or to just release, to empty the mind. It could be hard for some of you to empty your minds during this time, to really disconnect, detach, and not care. This is actually a very serious period for some of you Sagittarius. Whatever you're learning, whatever you're teaching, is transformative, is changing lives, is healing as well lives, is saving some lives. Because the hangman energy, I hate to say, but I feel like this hangman in here can be indicating the real suffering of someone that might be having some sort of, you know, suicidal thoughts, depressive thoughts of giving up. But nobody knows that. So I keep getting like this is someone that might have um that like someone that might really be on edge uh in terms of their well-being and health, mental health, spiritual, being in real spiritual pain, um feeling forsaken, forgotten here by God, by divine, loving energy. It could be that someone that is not really doing well but has been pretending to, that it's around you. It could be that you're noticing, you're the first to notice that there's something up, that there's something different about them, and you might be approaching the situation in a way where you're just going to be able to come to the rescue of whatever this um, reaching their limits, their capacity to endure is. For others of you, obviously, if you have thoughts and feelings like that, you're really advised to not be afraid to find help, to not be afraid to find counseling, because you're going to turn a dark, complicated situation into a positive one. Even if you don't believe that someone can help you, I feel like you're going to be surprised with the help that it's out there for you. I also feel like for some, you're reaching the end of an era. Like there's the feeling of perhaps you're finally ending the book, right? Ending a book you have been writing, or ending something that feels like this pain, this just constant struggle to keep pushing, feeling like you couldn't have or you didn't have the tools to help you reach the end goal. And finally, it feels like as you move into your season in December, you're just going to regain that vibration of feeling empowered, capable, ready, with full access to your tools, with full access to your own, because you're going to recover something. I keep getting like there's this road to recovery that's very real, um, and very like something here about it's very real and very fruitful. Nothing that you went through, Sagittarius, in the last months and perhaps years was in vain. Some of you that feel that way, nothing has been in vain. You might not see it because the hangman can really have a hard time sometimes seeing things from that perspective of the upside down, right? Where things are just testing our own limitations, because we see reality in one way, and when something is shown to us in another, we panic. We resist the idea that that can also be a possibility because we're so attached to the initial one. Surrendering to what was is kind of a vibration here of allowing new things, positive things, to really come in and take you out of that misery or pain, or suffering, depression, lost, or feeling just lost. For others of you, this person that might be needing your help or your attention, it could be a divine masculine. So it could be a more of a male figure. It could be this King of Swords together paired with the Warrior. There's two options here, Sagittarius. Some of you might need to pay attention to a masculine figure in your life, a friend, a lover, whoever, family. It could be an air sign person, so it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone that has significant air in their chart. Someone that acts cool, detached, not caring, perhaps even a little bit rigid or defensive, but in reality, they have something here about they have been cruel, perhaps with you or others and with themselves. So it could be someone that, again, masks their own pain by inflicting pain in others. Whomever it is, it feels like this divine masculine is really coming in here as needing to fight. And perhaps you, Sagittarius, you're going to cross paths with this person to remind them of that, the fact that they need to fight, the fact that they have a warrior in them, they can carry through this, they can make it to the end. If this is someone that it's in a certain rehab or situation where patience is needed to fight off a problem, I feel like you will be giving a lot of support there. For others of you, especially Sagittarius men listening, you could be doing this, somehow wanting to inflict pain because you are in pain to feel better, or to push people away, to have a reason to feel even less and less and less and less, connected with life and love. For others of you, Sagittarius men, audience, stop with the fight. I keep getting like there's a fight inside of you, like you can't, like, I feel like maybe some of you can't forgive yourselves for something, and you keep pushing yourself, almost like being this tyrant, hurting your own self by the way you're doing that. It's like a feeling like, stop with it, stop with the war inside. This is a time to make peace. It could be that you're blaming yourself, right, for mistakes you have done, or things you have done that you feel like for now, for you, is so crystal clear, like, why did I do that? Why do I do that? Why do I do that? So if you are like in that vibe during November, take a step back and ask for perspective, because I feel like on the outside, someone can help you understand things that you inside of the situation can't. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.